everybody. Once again, live from the SHOT Show 2025, man. We having a great time. And now we got Scott Newby. And I've been excited because I saw this guy on the list. And so there's a lot of things. One is if you understand about ATVs, UTVs, SUVs, trucks, cars, whatever. By God, if you're going to get outside and get muddy, you done heard of Yamaha. And from motocross bikes to ATVs. And like I said, the ATVs, you've actually had or seen some Yamaha products. So this is Scott Newby right here. Scott, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, good to meet you as well. Looking forward to having a quick conversation about everything over here at SHOT.
Yeah, man. Well, what all y'all been getting into over at Yamaha, dude? I know y'all got a lot of new stuff.
Definitely, yeah. Just launched our all-new RMAX 41000, which is a 4-seat recreational side-by-side. A whole bunch of different features to it. It's a great vehicle. Great to have fun and go out on some cool adventures, but also it's a tool that's out here that a lot of our outdoorsmen and outdoorswomen use. So perfect place to showcase it.
Oh, no doubt, man. Now it's like, if you look, man, back in the day, you only had a couple ways to get up in the mountains. Most time it was those 2 legs, maybe a horse or a mule.
Exactly.
And now, man, the ATVs have just changed the game.
Yeah, just seeing the technology that's come across the years, it's just amazing. I mean, now we have selectable EPS, we have navigation that's in on the dash. I mean, heater kits, everything, full cabin closures. Like, if you have a destination you want to go to, you can definitely outfit our Yamahas and you'll get there.
Yeah, it's almost like a little small car.
It really is. But you get there in like so much more of a comfortable manner.
Oh,
I mean,
no doubt.
A lot of people, they can use their trucks, but the cost of trucks these days, like, they cost an arm and a leg. So you don't want to scratch the things up, you don't want to beat it up. But even going on some of those rougher ranch trails, I mean, they can definitely beat you to death and jar you. You jump in the side-by-side, it's smooth, it's comfortable, and you have plenty of the capacity to throw whatever you need in there, gear, deer, all that good stuff.
Take a beat, too. Now, from air conditioning to heaters, everything, you got about all in there.
Yeah, anything to keep you comfortable and keep you having a
good
time.
Radios, man, y'all even got some of them equipped radios.
You can throw a subwoofer in there, like, you name it, and you can do it.
Dude, I mean, you can go to Panama City Beach with a subwoofer and pick up women's steel.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, go down to Panama City Strip. You ever been down there yet?
I have, yeah.
Dude, I was going to say, then he's lived life.
Talk about too many of those stories.
No,
but yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I'm scared we might be recognized.
That's right.
Man, Panama City Beach, that whole 98, that was off the hinge.
Yes,
dude. That was crazy.
indeed.
Holy
indeed.
cow.
Starting to age ourselves there, but
I know it. Well, dude, one thing I was excited, man, is obviously, Yamaha. Dude, I'm a huge motocross fan, man, and I found out a lot of the guys that's on y'all's pro staff or pro team, one like Eli Tomac, dude, huge hunter, and just won this latest race. Anaheim, was it Anaheim? Yeah, Anaheim 2, wasn't it? Anaheim 2. What did he just win?
Just last weekend, San Diego.
San Diego, that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
And just smoked him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to win that first one.
I know. He got the whole shot at Anaheim 1 and washed out the front end, but he came back for respectable, I think it was 4th place.
Oh, dude, he come back from almost toward the end.
Yeah, exactly. But then last week, he came out with a dominating win. Is so stoked to be able to see Eli Tomac on top, especially when it's probably going to be his final year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see. But yeah, he's an outdoorsman himself. He loves to come out and do this stuff as well. Ryan Villapoto, multi-time Supercross, motocross champ as well. I mean, he's actually gone on turkey hunts with us. He's gone out on some fishing trips with us. And the guy that I never thought that was going to be the case, turns out he is. He loves to do it too. So cool to get him out there and be able to have those activities with him.
Dude, Poto is a cool cat, man. Don't say a lot. He's kind of quiet. But that sucker was fast. I was pissed off. Poto should have never retired, man. You got to stick with it. He's so fast. I want him to get back out there, dude. Yeah, it's got to be killing him a little bit.
He'll still put in some laps for once. So we actually raced the Grand National Cross Country at GNCC last year. We had this little team race, and we raced our YZ 450R on Saturday, and then raced the YZ 250 FX on Sunday. And dude,
is he still fast?
Oh, no question about it. Even on a 4-wheeler. Like, he's never really ridden that one like that before, but he was out there just beating everyone's tail. And yeah, it definitely put me to shame. Not that I'm anywhere near his level, but it's crazy to see that guy get on anything that has wheels and just be able to smoke the crowd.
I think it seemed like those guys, anything that you would decide to race, you could probably put them in a NASCAR and they'd probably do pretty good.
Yeah. They have that competitive mindset, and they'll just dominate.
I had a chance, this many years ago, Jeff Stanton. I had a chance to turkey hunt with Jeff Stanton. And of course, he's kind of one of those old school pros.
Oh, yeah.
And, dude, we went to a track, Scott. It was cool because I said, man, Stanton, can we go ride dirt bikes? And so I had a bike at the time, and we all went to this track. And he said, man, we'll go. And at the time, Jeff has to be, he was late 40s, maybe 50s. And we go out there, and there was one young pro rider that was there training from Canada. And he was there because we was in March, and it snowed in up Canada. We go out there, and Jeff said, man, the only thing I don't like to go to public tracks, these nice big MX parks. He said, if people realize that it's me, they want to kind of race me and try me.
Yeah.
He said, I just don't like that. I like to go. I said, well, man, they'll close the track down for us probably. So I called the guy on the track. He said, we'll close it down outside. I got a couple guys, pro guys that are training.
Yeah.
So we get out there and we're riding around. In my mind, I'm like a kid. I'm getting raced. I'm riding dirt bikes with Jeff Stanton. All of a sudden, one of those kids kept messing with Jeff. He's on a stock bike, and this kid's on his whatever. He's getting ready to hopefully make it to Loretta Lynn's on or whatever, or maybe he's
right.
And dude, all of a sudden he keeps messing with Jeff, and Jeff just showers down on the stock bike. And when I tell you, just spanks his butt, dude.
Yeah.
And man, we just pulled over and watched it. And,
right.
And it just hit me. I was like, those guys at that level, it's like they never lose it.
No.
And even you might think they're washed up or gotten older. Like Poto right now, I guarantee you, dude, there's no telling. I mean, he can humble a lot of people up at some of these tracks now that think they're on top of their game.
Yeah, no question about it. Those guys are just next level all the way around, and like I said, competitive to say the least. So good to be partners with them. The cool thing too, we actually while we're out here at Shout, we have our Outdoor Access Initiative program, which we end up working with All Kids Bike. But we went to a local elementary school that Villa Poto was with us, and we donated 24 balance bikes out to all the kids.
No way.
Yeah, kindergarten kids. So it's all about getting kids active, getting them outdoors, and having them have those great experiences. Ideally, getting them into stuff like this, like we're doing here right now, just because they're stuck on electronics, they're not doing anything. So the more that we can have them exercise and again get outdoors, the better off it's going to be for the entire industry.
Oh, no doubt, man. And there's such a crossover. Even me, a lot of people don't realize how much I like motocross, but obviously I've got the UTVs, I got ATVs, but there's such a crossover, and it's kind of an odd crossover, just like you didn't realize that Poto hunted. Right. I didn't either. I didn't realize that, and I met him one time, and he was talking about how he went to Africa or something with his bow and arrow, liked to bow hunt. And the same with Tomac. I mean, I assume him from Colorado, maybe he probably had to grow up around hunting culture, so it's amazing. So, yeah, maybe we got to get them guys, get them on a hunt, man.
Hey, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I didn't even realize that you were a big moto head, too. So it's like when you start talking to those guys right away, I was just as blown away. So it's like vice versa.
Dude, I meet up with it, man. I absolutely love it. Now, I realized at a young age I sucked at it, and now at middle age I realize when you fall it hurts a little bit worse. But
right.
I've always thought, I've argued, because I got professional football players and baseball players that are friends of mine, and every time we get talking about their training and what they do in nutrition, I said, dude, there's not an athlete out there. The best athletes are motocross riders. And some of those guys agree because they grew up riding dirt bikes, but man, these dudes are animals.
Yeah,
they got
it takes a lot out of you, to say the least.
And the athletic ability. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I mean, baseball, you mess up at worst, the baseball hits you.
Right.
I mean, those guys, was it Roxon? I mean, those guys are on top of their game, dominating the field and crash in practice.
Yeah. And it's not like small jumps either. I mean, some of those 120-foot areas, they might be cleared and quadding whole sections. And I raced when I grew up, and it's like I had to make sure that I stayed on my A game. Obviously, I wasn't the level of those other guys, but just knowing what it takes to be able to put in that day after day, week after week, especially once the race series starts, and you're just on a whole different level when you're actually out there, you're being competitive too. I mean, they have just the most physical ability I've ever seen out of any athlete, to say the least.
It's unbelievable too, and I got to walk one Supercross track in Atlanta years ago. Actually, Poto hooked that up for me, and I got scared walking it for the thought that they're going to ride it.
Straight up and down. It
walking
people.
those whoops, I don't know how, and it doesn't do it real justice on television to watch it, but like I said, I didn't mean to get sidetracked, but it just kind of goes to show what a small world, how you take the world of what you're working and marketing in, and this ATV, UTV, and all the stuff, but still how it connects back to where, really just getting outdoors, man, getting on a dirt bike, getting on a four-wheeler, and just still, cutting
and just
it up.
Bringing out friends to maybe go hunting or experience the outdoors. Like people you thought that would, again, never like it, like they either have an interest, they don't know how to go do it. So that's why we do that stuff all the time. Just bring people that you would never think otherwise, but they've never had the opportunity to do it. I mean, it's the more people you can get outdoors, the better off we'll be.
No, I 100% agree. You guys do a good job, man. Y'all have always made good products. I went and bought me a funny story. I'll tell you the story. Getting back a little bit to moto, but Yamaha. So one Christmas, my kids are young. I got 4 boys and 1 girl, So all of my sons, they wanted dirt bikes for Christmas. All of them
Smart
wanted
kids.
dirt, and so that's what they wanted. So my wife growing up, her parents never let her have her dirt bike. So anyway, I go to the local, Extreme Power there in Columbus, Georgia, and I'm looking at dirt bikes. So with that said, I get the fever. I'm like going in looking for the kids. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? I left out of there. I was a customer of the week. Of course, Santa Claus. I was Santa Claus.
Right, yeah.
I ended up buying my wife a little Yamaha 110. I bought the PJ 50s or the little. Actually, it wasn't a PJ. It had electric start. Maybe it was a TTR 50.
Yep.
And then I bought me a 450. Terrible mistake. And then I went and actually built the whole motocross track. So basically, Santa Claus that morning, we woke up. There were like 5 dirt bikes in the house, all Yamahas.
That's awesome.
And so we went out, and then my dad on the side, my kids didn't know it. I went and had built a supercross, not a supercross, but a little motocross track, but a big one, like it was 1.5 miles long.
Holy smokes.
And bro, the next several weeks, I proceeded to hurt myself so bad, I couldn't even go on the next hunt. I couldn't draw my bow. I didn't have so many spills because in my mind, I'm 12,
right.
But my body is telling me, and I'd never felt the power. I'd never rode, and I was going to buy me a little 250, and they said, "No, man, you're too big for 250. Get you a heavy one." I never get this salesman said, "You got the power if you want to use it. If you don't need it, don't use it." You can't tell that to a redneck,
right?
Because you're going to try somewhere along the way to use the power, only to realize the power will end up using you.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, that's my motocross story. So yeah, man, I've definitely supported Yamaha for sure.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I mean, if you need another family member to buy another bike for, I mean, I'll throw a hand up and offer myself up. Just saying.
You're damn right, get a discount
next
at least.
Christmas,
Exactly.
and I'll give you my list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know it. You come in, Scott's running this.
Exactly.
Dude, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much,
I was
Mike.
going to say, so you
Appreciate it.
talked about some of the new products, but anything new, any initiatives y'all got going on as far as in the hunting space or anything y'all doing with Yamaha that y'all excited about?
Yeah, again, we have our Yamaha Outdoor Access Initiative. We provided over $7 million to our nation's public lands, and it just continues to grow. But we have our RMAX 1000 lined up, and you can check us out at YamahaOutdoors.com. Otherwise, just again, here to support the industry and talk to great people such as yourself.
Oh, thank you for being here, buddy. It's a
pleasure.
pleasure,
Thank you
man.
again for the opportunity.
I didn't mean to talk your ear off on Supercross either.
They
man.
made this conversation all the better. So.
Absolutely, man.